Hey, our special guest today is Melissa Millett. She's the founder and head trainer at the Ultimates and Hollywoof Stars. And we've talked about your dogs knowing their cues in front of a camera. I want to really spotlight your pair of talented cats. I know people think you can't train a cat, but you've got a couple of fine felines who hit their marks in movies, television, commercials. And I am talking about the purring pair of Sashimi and Tonic. So glad we can keep going because I love that you are proving people a little bit. You're giving the record straight. You can train deaf dogs. You can train cats.
Mm-hmm.
And you find world peace.
That's nice. Cats and dogs together. That's pretty close.
Yeah. So, what is your message to people? You helped me years ago. Let's talk about it. We have another connection. My orange tabby, Casey, best known now as Pet Safety Cat Casey, is a certified therapy cat. And he, I will argue, is the busiest safety cat in the world. I teach pet first aid for you with my terrier mix Kona and Casey on Zoom, in person. And Casey has never met a strange place or a strange person. So bring us back. You were just meeting him when he was getting his start, and you actually helped him. Do you remember what you trained him to do?
We did. I remember that was my first in-person cat class.
Okay.
And I was thinking, what the heck was I thinking? We got to have a whole bunch of cats. Are they going to get along? And they did amazing. And Casey, what behavior did he?
He was doing, I think you did the paw touching. Yeah.
Oh, that's right. The high five. Was it the high five?
Yeah, and he's a lefty like me.
Amazing.
Does that make him a southpaw?
Yes.
Yeah. But I don't know if you remember him, but he's not shy.
Yeah, he was tail high, absolutely super confident in a dog event center there was dogs present and other cats present, which is almost the most impressive.
That's cool. So tell us about Sashimi and Tonic and what kind of cats they are. What's some things people might be amazed that they can do. And they're in front of a camera and they're like, I love it.
Sashimi is my first. She's just incredible. Even going back to this trip to Italy, she is an adventure cat. She was excited to be there. She was waiting at the door of the green room, ready to go, sleeping, watching me. When is she going to wake up? I want more. Unbelievable. And so she's actually mostly my trick cat,
Okay.
but she's coming out in a new series on AMC called Orphan Black Echoes. She's got a short role.
Oh, okay.
Jennifer. So that's really cool. She had the time of her life. And there's a bit of intense conversation, which didn't bother her in the slightest.
Well, what's this orphan, what is it called? Orphan
Black Echoes.
And what's that all about?
They actually, it's a spin-off series because there was an original series called Orphan Black, and it's about clones. And in this one, it's taking place in 2025.
Okay.
That's pretty cool.
And what's Shishimi's role? What does she have to do?
She's got a very short role in that as Jennifer. So she's just sitting there, just sitting there looking amazing. Somebody's pet cat.
Okay.
Elegant, of course, has a huge role in that because, he's got his own whole episode where he's a main character because he's the Brad Pitt of dogs. And
that's right. Okay. So he's in it too. Okay, cool. All right.
Yeah.
That's great. We'll keep it all in the family. But what about Tonic? What's Tonic's claim to fame?
Tonic, he's more of an actor. So Sashimi's my trick cat. Tonic is my actor. He knows he's going to get paid more. Although he has gone viral, with about 6 million views on TikTok and Instagram. Look, Sashimi's sitting on my lap now. She knows we're talking cats.
Yeah.
Tonic is one of the main Pet Cemetery cats. He's the good cat, not the evil. He's a backup for the evil when you can see the back of his head, but he loves to work too much. He just looked so joyful.
What kind of things can he do? Tell us what specific things.
Well, one more interesting thing. Tonic's also coming out in a movie as well. That's coming out soon. Thanksgiving.
Oh, it's called Thanksgiving?
Comes out in a week.
And where can we see it?
In theaters.
Oh, nice. What's the movie about? Who's in it?
It's a horror slasher. And Tonic is in a heavy scene. He worked on and off for 10 hours that day without quitting.
Wow.
He had a blast. Then I haven't seen the movie. I get to see it on the screening on Wednesday. Somebody from the film called me and said, "Hey, what's the cat's name? We didn't get the cat's name. We want to add his name to the credits because it was such a small role." But when they screened the film, people were like, "This cat." Apparently, people really connected and thought it was hilarious. So they wanted to add his name to the credits, which I thought was hilarious. So that comes out in about a week. I'm done. I can't wait to see it.
So, yeah, years ago, there was a movie called Breakfast at Tiffany's.
Yes.
And the cat's character was named Cat.
Okay.
And the cat became very famous. And I don't know his given name, but I'm just saying Tonic is kind of the 21st century of Breakfast at Tiffany's. I'm sorry, Shishimi. I don't mean to insult you, both of you. What can you say to people to show that you can train a cat? I always say you just kind of make it their idea. With cats, you never force, you always negotiate. What kind of tips can you give people? Because I think cats deserve to learn things and be enriched.
I think you nailed it first. Always make it their idea. And saying no pressure training where they come to me. So
Okay.
teach focus where I don't ask for focus. I stand there, and if you look at me, I pay.
Okay.
So I add that, and then I do more fundamentals. I would practice luring and
Okay.
rewarding all sets. I would practice targeting. I would practice having them look at you and follow you around the room. So we're just rewarding interest and engagement.
And what kind of rewards are you giving them?
I like to buy a bunch of different cat treats to see what their favorites are.
Okay.
Sonic likes there's something called Inaba chicken, soaked in chicken broth or crab broth.
Mhm.
He's mad at me if he doesn't get exactly that.
Okay.
My orange kitten likes Temptations. Sashimi likes meats of any kind. She loves meat. And then, of course, have you seen those lick sticks?
Oh yes. I'm laughing because where is it? I have it here.
Yes. Pure lick sticks. They go wild for those.
Yeah, yeah. I use them in my class teaching pet first aid for Casey and Kona, and I tell people if you have to ever pill a cat, check with your vet. Make sure you can crush the pill, but take one of those liquid yummies and make like a paint strip, and then sprinkle on the little bits of the pill, and watch your cat just devour it. You never have to wrestle a cat to give a pill. What do you think?
Yeah. No, I love that. And my vet actually keeps those in her office as well.
Oh, they're pretty. So you got good treats. You start with luring. How do you know with a cat it's time to you've pushed the mark? You need to give them a cat nap.
Cats have when starting, many cats have less duration and are less interested in repetition. It's something that we work up to.
Okay.
So I would do, 5 minutes to start. Well, also, as I'm training the cat, I'm looking at what does the cat like to do. And when you teach behaviors that the cat likes, I'm looking at my Bengal cat. She loves to leap. She's movement oriented. So her tricks are based on movement.
Good. Okay. And what about for your other cat? What's that cat's go-to?
Tonic is very calm. So I taught him to down and roll over, balance on my seat, walk from foot to foot. He puts his front feet on top of my seat. We walk together. But the movement oriented Bengal cat is weave through my legs, jump into my arms, rebound off my leg. Things that are movement based.
And that's Shishimi right there, right?
Yes.
Okay. And I'm looking at Shishimi on your right shoulder, and you have a cat that is a BFF, a best feline friend, right? Look at this cat. The cat's body language is love you, love you, love you. How do you guys get in sync?
That's funny that you caught that, because I'm telling you what, this cat spoons with me every night. I try to type on the computer and she's nudging my hand as I type. She is obsessed with me, and she's just an awesome cat. A lot of what I do is I do work a lot on trust. I try to make everything positive. Like what you're saying with the pill. You know, I don't want to be shoving pills down her throat. If I take a moment and I find a way to give her a pill in a way that's not aversive, then she trusts me. So into figuring out how I can make my interactions as low stress if they're vet things or things that we have to do, or fun as possible.
I love it. We've just got a few minutes left. I want people to have your backstory. I mean, why aren't you a nuclear physicist or maybe a chef on a Gordon Ramsay restaurant? What got you in with pets? And tell us a little bit about how you came to be.
I started out training my own dog in class because she was a young and rambunctious Rottweiler. Mm-hmm. She needed training. I really enjoyed it, took to it. And then I started teaching classes and I loved it so much. I just loved it. I would teach my dog's tricks every night, all night after class.
Nice.
And I had and then I created a show by accident to promote.
This is in Canada, right?
In Canada. Yeah. Near Toronto.
Okay.
And then after I created the show to promote my business, I got an agent called on the first day. And I thought, wow, we can do this as a career. This is crazy. Right place, right time. I'm not sure I would have thought about it after. And from there, I was discovered into the world of film when they were looking for a cat trainer.
There's not a lot of you out there, are there?
No, there's not. It takes a lot of patience, I think.
Mm-hmm. So in some of these movies, obviously, I don't see Sashimi wearing a gold-plated diamond necklace. So it's not all about the money, is it? You may get rich, you may not, right? But you're enriched.
That's right. I think people assume that those in the film industry are driving around in Ferraris, but the work is spotty and the pay is separated between animals. So if you have a big job, there's going to be 5 cats to play the role.
Oh, there you go. So what's your parting message you want to share with people, and how can people follow you?
I would say we have a big message for working with disabled dogs, that they do make incredible pets. I have 5 disabled dogs on our show. My sister has a deaf dog as well. And I have a puppy that has spina bifida, and she is an incredibly inspirational little dog. We want them to know not to overlook these incredible pets. When it comes to cats, these friends love to work as much as dogs. It's a great way to provide mental stimulation for animals that spend a lot of time indoors. So consider training your kitty cat that you have at home.
And how do we find you?
You can find me on Facebook or Instagram. The Ultimates is my favorite place to share amazing videos and programs that you can get involved in if you're looking for cat training.
Thanks so much for making our tails wag by watching this guest interview from Arden Moore's Four-Legged Life.